everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Plant Powered Runner. My name is David Waters, and today we are not talking about a running vlog. Today we're actually going to be talking about something that you can put in your pocket, take pictures with, and film a little bit of your runs. Yep, that's right. I'm talking about the Insta360 GO2. This little guy right here. I want to talk to you about the good, the bad, and the ugly with this little camera, who it's good for from a runner's perspective, a runner's review. 360 sent this to me. They asked me, hey David, do you want to go ahead and do a review on this? I said, absolutely, as long as I can do my own review, my own opinions, and no one's going to influence it in any way. And that's what today is all about. So how can I use this camera? Who is it good for? And why would you use it? So let's go out for a little run first, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it, all right? So let's go. You ready?
Lady took me down to where I've been lately. Yeah, her love can make a person hazy. Praying she won't break me down, 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 down. She makes me crazy. Never promise anything, but maybe I let her do anything, let her play me. She makes me go another round.
Let's talk about the specifications on this camera. So let's talk about the camera itself. The camera comes in a little clamshell case. It's not waterproof, but the little camera that pops out is. So this little guy here, you can drop in a pool. It goes to about 13 feet deep. It comes with one button, right? So one button turns it on and it vibrates. Now you know it's recording. You press it once more, it vibrates again, and it turns off. And there's a little blue or white light that appears to give you an indication that it's turned on, okay, or it's off. They come with magnets. So inside, so there's a magnet here. So when I plop it in, boom, it's in there. It's not going to come out, right? It's very cool. This camera also has, it's like hinged, which is very cool. And it comes with two buttons on the front, okay? One of them is to go ahead and connect the two. Now that it's back in its case. You can see that there's a blue light there, or a white light, and then a white light on the front. So we know that we're connected. And when I go ahead and I can go through the menu just by selecting the button here, and I can switch through all of the different menu options. Now I can also do this on my phone. You start recording, you press the record button. Different modes that the camera can record in. It can record in pro mode, regular mode, or slow mode. And you can adjust the frame rates for these as well. Now, I decided to do a lot of my shooting in the 14:4, and I also shot in the slow mode version, which you can get those nice action shots as you're running to the camera or by the camera. Now, the case also comes with a little kickstand, just slides out in the back. And again, you can stand it up nice and easy. Now, the case is very smooth, so it can slide into your pocket nice and easy. Comes with a USB-C charger, and it can also screw into the selfie stick that comes with the Insta360 or any tripod. I've tried it on a few different ones that I have, and it works great. So when I go out for a run, I use this. If it's raining, I can use this little setup here. When you're finished, you close it. Nice and easy. This thing is so light, guys. I don't even think it's 1 pound. It can film in 14:4 with 50 frames per second. It's got flow rate stabilization. However, that is only if you are filming in pro mode, which I was pretty much filming in all my cases. You can mount it anywhere. It's very, very flexible, which is really neat. It's hands-free, it's waterproof. You've also got Wi-Fi preview, which is really neat if you're trying to frame a shot. You also have hyperlapse, so you can get those nice cinematography kind of feel with the clouds going by. You've also got slow mode, which is great. So that's 1080 with 120 frames per second. Like I said, the other one, I'll go out and for a run, take out the camera, plug it in this. Everything's magnet, right? I can shake it back and forth and it won't fall out, right? I can fall on the ground, it still stays in, right? Nice and easy. Very, very super light, guys. The baseball hat clip works really well. So you can kind of clip it on the front or you can clip it on the peak. You drop it in, boom, you start running. If you want to film a little bit more on the ground, you can angle it further down or you want to angle it up, depending on if you want to film as you're running away or you want to be filming towards. You can decide how you want to get your shot in. If I'm in the kitchen and I don't want to use a tripod like I'm using right now, I can go ahead, slide this little guy off. There's a piece of plastic, I pull that off, and then this little black piece sticks onto anything. It'll stick onto a cabinet. It can stick onto an under count, like you can mount it under the counter, right? If you need to film some of your food, like if you're cooking, right? You mount that under and there it is, right? There's a lot of ways that you can use it. And then to clean it off, you just run it underwater and away you go. So this is another little neat thing that you can kind of mount anywhere. Now the camera itself, when it's outside of the case, gets about 20 to 30 minutes. When it's in the case, you get about an hour and a half. That's what I found. It just depends on which mode that you're filming in. It really does make a big difference. So there is going to be a little bit of a learning curve with this camera. The best way I found was going ahead and using the desktop editing software program that they have. You connect the camera to your laptop and it is a drag and drop type of system. Works really well. However, it is time consuming. But there are benefits because you can reframe the camera so you can move it up or down, right? Adjust the horizon, or you can adjust the form factor, whether you're going to use it for Instagram stories or you're going to use it on YouTube or Facebook, whatever you want to go ahead and use it for, you have the ability to make those changes. And you can actually splice and dice whatever you want out of the film coverage that you have filmed. Now the camera comes with 32 gigs of storage. Now it doesn't seem like a lot, and you know what? You're probably going to go through quite a bit of it. I've actually filled up the camera even before I finished one of my runs. I don't know if it's because I talk a lot or I like to film in the pro mode, but I just find that it does take up a little bit more room than I would like. Now let's start with some of the dislikes. One of them is the amount of storage that you can have on this camera. 32 is just not enough for me at this price point. With a price tag of $300, it can be pretty steep, especially if you've only got 32 gig storage. I would say that this is about a $200 camera, in my opinion. If they're going to be marketing it as an action camera, it's going to need to have a lot more storage space. And that's just my feelings, because I ran out of room with this camera and I only went out for about half an hour. I chewed up through so much footage. It's fine if you've got your laptop with you, but if you're an ultra runner and you're running that longer distance, you don't have that luxury. The 20 to 30 minutes on the battery life, just with the camera alone outside of the case, just doesn't seem to be long enough. However, you have to remember, this thing is flippin' tiny. I just don't want to run out. So I tend to run with my case, right? I'll actually screw in the case and take the whole case with me because at least I know I'm going to have enough battery life. Whether or not I have enough storage, that's a whole other thing. Now the white light that they have, it's just hard to see in the daylight. For an action camera, it's okay for the quality. It's not like I get off of the GoPro, but it's pretty darn good. But it's not great. Being an ultra runner, running those longer distances and being able to take this out on a run may not work. I can take out my GoPro and it'll last for a long time. That's what I used on my 50 miler and it served me great. This wouldn't have enough space. It wouldn't have enough battery. So you have to look at where and how you plan on using this camera. Now, as for the likes, there's a lot of them. I like the form factor, how small it is, how versatile it is. It comes in this beautiful little case that's got a kickstand on it, so if I forget my tripod, I can just put it down like that and it works out really well. Now, I have to say the stabilization on this thing is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I think it works really well running through the trees, whether you're on the road or a crushed gravel trail. Doesn't matter, it works really, really well. Just make sure that when you're filming that you are in the pro mode only, because anything else, you won't get the stabilization that you need. And if you're filming those slow-mo shots, I just say set it, forget it, put it on the ground, run to the camera, turn it around, run by the camera. You get some good shots with this thing. I like how Insta360 has all these different form factors. So they've got the hat clip, they've got the case, they've got the selfie stick, they have all of these different mounts. They've got a medallion mount that you can wear around your neck. So if you're just kind of walking around, you can actually just have it on your chest. And it's kind of cool. It's waterproof. It works really well underwater. Yeah, okay, I guess that's from a swimmer's perspective. But if you're hot and you jump in the water after a swim, just know your camera's going to be okay. I like how I can reframe the horizon. I needed to move the camera up or down. I can do that in post-editing. I find it's just a really easy camera to use. So who is this camera for? Is it for a runner? Is it for a vlogger? Is it an action camera? Like, how do you best use this camera? Well, what I will say is I'm a runner and I like this form factor. I will continue to use this camera. I don't think that you would use this if you're a travel vlogger because it wouldn't last too long. And if you're vlogging, again, it may not last as long. However, it is kind of stealth. So if you're in a place where it doesn't allow cameras, this may be a good option where you can put on the medallion, press record, and then do a walkthrough of a grocery store or a coffee shop and people aren't kind of looking at you strange. So on that aspect, it's kind of neat. So technically you can use this camera from all different angles. Whether you are a runner, whether you are a vlogger, or whether you are a travel vlogger, you can use it. However, just know that it may not be your main camera that you're going to reach for. So if you like the camera and you're thinking about going ahead and purchasing it, I've got a link down below in the description. It's an affiliate link. You can go there and I get a little bit of commission off of the camera. So if you're interested in buying it and want to support me in one way or another, that could be the way that you could do it. So listen, guys, thank you so much. And like I always say, get out and run. See you on the next video. And that is my review of the Insta360 GO2. It's a pretty cool camera. I like it. It's kind of neat sitting there next to me. I like it. Did I say I like it? I like it. Insta360, thank you. I do like this. It works out really well. Have a good one.